You're here and I'm queer and welcome back to my channel. This video is part 2 of our double feature, so make sure you guys watch part 1 first if you've missed it. It's linked here, it's linked down below, it'll be linked everywhere. For this video, we will be making the magpie and derpy tiger. Jinu needs his companions, of course, so I knew it was a must. The tiger is so adorable in the movie, and I was actually kind of nervous that he was going to turn on us somehow. You just never know. But he remains super cuddly, adorable, and of course, derpy. I also love that the magpie is constantly over it with the tiger, and I feel like their overall dynamic was fun and funny to watch. I believe the tiger and magpie is from a minhwa, or popular art that often connects, embodies, and represents Korean culture. The tiger and magpie combos specifically can often have different symbolisms, depending of course on how they're portrayed. And I thought it was super cool to see them in K-pop Demon Hunters. I bought this model online and I knew I wanted to make him as big as possible, or at least up to scale with my Jinu doll. And the Jinu doll is like 13 to 14 inches tall, so I want the tiger to be at least 7 to 8 inches. With that in mind, it'll be very difficult to print this in resin, and maybe impossible. My very last resort of a plan was to chop him up in pieces and kind of like puzzle him back together and print those pieces so that he can be big, but I'm not doing all that. So I have asked my aunt to print it in PLA filament, and if you guys can recall, she also printed my Bayonetta guns from my Bayonetta doll video. She's very good at like PLA printing. I mean, you want to touch me. You want to touch me. Every time I have those guns, I get distracted. So thank you to my aunt for doing her big one with this tiger as well. I think she said it took over a weekend or so to get the entire tiger printed. And here is everything that she has sent me.
And actually my aunt printed the other parts as well, but I'm actually going to reprint that in resin. But this tiger is absolutely so cute. I'm not sure if he has an official name. I think it's just Derpy Tiger. Because he is printed in PLA, he definitely has more visible lines than resin printing. Like, you can definitely see all of the layers in there, which is not a bad thing. It's just it's not smooth. So over here, I am going to try and sand everything just to give the overall piece some toothy, grainy texture. I also didn't mind so much because obviously he has fur anyway, and so the layer lines I feel like will just add to it in terms of like texture and dimension. If anything, I definitely wanted to reprint the bird, his tongue, and the male in resin so that I can get those into a smoother finish easily. I am going to try and do a filler primer for the overall piece just to see if it's going to make any difference, and I think it did a little bit. I feel like if I layered it more and more, because for this one I only did maybe 2 layers, I feel like that could have made it a little bit more smooth. But in general, I just wanted a primer so that the paint can have something to stick onto. And yes, he was already blue, and then I primed it, and then I colored him blue again. That's just how it is sometimes. Extra work for no reason. Well, I mean, there was a reason, but, you know.
Oh my god, the fumes from the filler spray was fuming. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for like a day. Then also have the fans running non-stop.
Let's wait for that to dry, and now let's go ahead and work on our resin printed items. We have the magpie, the tiger's tongue, and also the male. Let's go ahead and paint our magpie. I believe the official name for her is Susie, I think. I could be wrong. Please let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and give her some color. Instead of going with just pure black for the feathers, I ended up mixing it with a little bit of blue in there just to give it kind of like a raven black type of color, so it's not super flat and that it reflects a little bit of color when it's in the light. For the hat, it is completely black though, so there's some dimension in there. I definitely wanted to see more like situations with the tiger and also the magpie. I don't know why, but they were so funny. And I just thought that they were so quirky, and overall, they were just super cute, and I love the overall dynamic of these two. Of course, we have to make the magpie's expression very aloof, very annoyed, or very relaxed, either way. But I just think this sort of eye shape for the magpie is just so funny looking. And now we're done with Susie, or the magpie, and I did a little bit of glossing and satin finishing here and there just to protect our paint job.
Oh my god, she looks so over it and annoyed and aloof. I love it so much.
Now let's work on our letter, our male, and this one is also beautifully sculpted. I mean, the details are there, so it just makes it easier for us. Technically, this could have just been done in paper, of course. I could have just painted this on paper, drawn it on paper, printed it out, whatever, but hey, you know, it was part of the files, so might as well print it out and have it there. And of course, I just feel like it looks more consistent as well if it's a 3D printed letter. This letter is so cute. It took me a while to realize that it's actually like a chicken, I think, because at first I was like, what is it? But yeah, it's a cute little chicken, I think. I could still be wrong. Or a duck. I don't know. And now we're done with the letter and we are ready to send it off to Rumi.
I think our tiger should be dry by now, so let's go ahead and check it out.
Although it reeks of fumes, the house down boots, I am ready to do my big one on painting this adorable tiger. Priming and respraying the overall tiger definitely made it easier for the acrylic paints to grab onto it, because this part was very fun, very satisfying, because I think usually if I was to paint the PLA without doing anything to it, it would definitely have some resistance to the paint, and it may not even take at all. Like, you'll have to build in so many layers, and by then it still won't be very durable in terms of how the paint is holding onto the model. So I was very satisfied with these steps. Now I'm just taking this minty teal color and we are just kind of adding some highlights to the tiger's fur. There's some images where the stripes of the tiger look like it was glowing, and I thought that was really cool and magical looking. So I was like, let's just try to emulate that with like the coloring of the fur. It's kind of funny how the tiger on the camera doesn't look big, although it is like super huge in person, at least to me. But then when I put him next to the doll, it also doesn't look that big. I don't know what's going on, but he is very bulky. Like, he barely fits in this frame. Painting him, or at least his body, was definitely very relaxing and satisfying. Like, I was just having fun with it, creating all of these dimension with the fur, adding some lowlights, some highlights, some shadows here and there, just giving the fur a little bit of dimension here and there. I definitely love dry brushing, and there was a lot of that, a lot of dry brushing. And again, the model was taking the colors super well, and so that just kind of helped with the overall relaxation of it all.
Now let's work on detailing his face.
Now we're slowly moving into the fine-tuning, a little bit of detailing for the overall body with our black acrylic paint. This part, specifically for his eyeliner and also his mouth, we just kind of want to be very careful, because if we mess up, it'll be a little harder to kind of erase or paint over. For the fur though, the fur detailings, that one was fun because I was able to just kind of do it very painterly, you know, just kind of like sketching out all of the detailings for the fur. And I love that you don't have to be perfect with drawing those details because it's fur. In terms of overall accuracy, there were a lot of areas that I had to make up because it wasn't really clear how it looked. And specifically, it would be these black stripes because I wasn't sure how they rendered it on the animation, but I think I was able to get it as close as possible. At least I hope so. Did you guys have a favorite part in the movie? If so, comment down below what it was. For me, I feel like I definitely loved all of the music video parts. It did make the movie a lot longer. And I also love seeing kind of like the idol behind the scenes, like them going to like variety shows, playing games, and, you know, signing autographs and everything. My only critiques would be, I wish the story was a little bit more fleshed out, especially the main villain, like the big villain, and also the main characters' kind of like backstories. Because I feel like we got more backstory from Jinu in a way, and also Rumi, but not so much on Zoe and Mira. I feel like we got their backstory a little bit, like snippets from Golden, but I think that's pretty much it. A little bit of hint here and there, but I feel like Jinu got a full-on like flashback, you know what I mean? Honestly, I wish this wasn't just a movie. I wish it was a full-out series, because that would have been so freaking good. Like, I would have binge-watched the entire thing.
Of course, I have to make his eyes look alive and glowy.
And now it's time to detail his eyes, and this one was very fun for me because we kind of have to make an illusion that his eyes are glowing and play around with the colors. Now these are the colors that he did have, so I was just trying to reference that, but also trying to blend it as much as I can. Oh my god, he is looking so adorable already. Definitely very, very derpy. But I mean, all the cute animals are. Like, oh my god, is he going to be my, like, bias breaker? Because you guys know I'm obsessed with Jeff the Land Shark, of course. They're both super, super adorable, and I'm super obsessed. Oh my god. Imagine a Jeff the Land Shark, but as a derpy tiger. Ah! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Next video alert. And now let's go ahead and gloss up his eyes, his nose, his teeth, and the inside of his mouth.
Let me know if you guys are liking these animal models. You know, we've made Jeff, we're making the tiger and everything. They have been really, really fun for me. It's kind of like a good break from the dolls. So let me know, comment below, share this video. It would really help the channel, and it would be a good way to see how people are liking it, because I love it and I would love to do more.
Oh my god, I almost forgot to add kind of like the skin color for the inside of his ears. So now let's go ahead and do that. And now using some fishing line, let's go ahead and give him some whiskers. His whiskers is very uniquely posed. They don't really go up like a normal cat or tiger. They kind of go down. We just gotta have to try and emulate that.
Oh my god, he is looking so cute. Okay, not as cute as Jeff, definitely not, but on the same playing field.
And of course, we can't forget about his tongue, which this one I also resin printed because it needed to be very, very smooth. And the same thing I did for Jeff the Land Shark. I just try to build in the layers. I added, you know, rosy colors in there, oranges, peaches, and everything like that to make it as realistic, I guess, as possible.
Now it's time to put our tiger together.
And now we're done.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you've missed it, make sure to watch part 1 to see how I made my custom Jinu doll. See you there.